Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. Hello to you. We have some rather nice looking thatched houses here. And thatch is a dying business in the UK, which is a big shame really, because it lasts a while. It's a renewable source, but it needs to be replaced at some point, doesn't it? Just kind of went for one of those random rides, as you do, and turned the bike on. It's ended up in this strange little town, really. And the reason why I say strange is because, unlike a lot of the other towns around here, it is full of this unique sort of British architecture. It's quite odd. Usually you would see some brick houses in there, a bit of like something modern, but no, that is completely as it is, which is lovely and slightly bewildering. So today's subject, well, you've probably read the title of the video already, haven't you? Anyway, so I pretty much just thought of this on the way up here. So when I first got my 125 motorcycle, I didn't quite know what to think of it, didn't quite know what to do with it. And me being a very nervous person, back in the day, I didn't entirely feel confident riding it. So I just kind of didn't a lot, really. So my friend at the time, who rode a motorcycle for a year or two at that point, felt himself quite the rider. He swung a leg straight over and just sat on the bike, and at that point I was in that sort of mind frame. It's like, mate, that's my bike. And he said, yeah, I'm just sat on it. And I said, no, it's my bike. Could you get off it? And looking back on it, I mean, personal record with this lad, he's quite clumsy, but he remained a good friend. And I didn't quite fancy the idea of a clumsy friend sat on my, well, what was, to me, my new motorcycle. Something which I cared a lot about, although I was very nervous about riding the damn thing. So, I've got no idea where any of this goes. We're just riding blind at this point. And looking back on it, yeah, I think it was maybe a bit childish, maybe a bit petty on my side, but it did get me thinking. There's people out there who have bought bigger and much more fierce motorcycles who have got the same mentality of, that's my bike, please don't sit on it. And yet when we did the group ride out for the Vulcan S, this lad turned up on his bloody great big Rocket 3 and he said, yeah, just swing a leg over, job done, no worries. He was a good lad. He is a good lad. Yeah, we just had a bit of a laugh, a bit of fun, and it changed the mood entirely from when I remember telling my friend to get off my bike compared to this fella just saying, oh yeah, just swing a leg over. You can see we were over there by that castle, and now we're kind of doing a big circle, but oh well, it's all right, isn't it? It's riding blind, just go with it. Is that the way we came? That's probably going to take us back onto that same area. So if we go this way, yeah, back to this ruddy bridge again. Stones everywhere, stones, I hate stones. And so I can throw the question to you, which is, how do your friends, family, other people, neighbours react to your motorcycle? Are they keen on it? Do you let them swing a leg over? Do you let them just like do a couple of pullaways and whatnot? Do you just like let them have full rein? Trust is a very, how can I say, it's a very expensive currency, let's say, for a lot of people, myself sort of included. And half the time if someone says, oh, that's a nice bike and whatnot, I'll say, yeah, do you want to throw a leg over? Sort of, because for me, what's the most they're going to do? They're not going to tip the bike over because it's going to be on the side stand all the time. At least that's my way of thinking about it. And I always say, you know, just make sure there's nothing sharp in your pockets, or, you know, no lumps and bumps or keys sticking out, and then yeah, just park your ass on that. But it does make me wonder, are other people as friendly? Are other people as petty? Do you, like I say, do you just let people sit on your bike? Are you very cautious around other people, especially strangers? It's a oh, Silverstone's over that way. All right, let's give that a go. Could you imagine taking the Vulcan S around Silverstone? Ooh, that would be an experience. A scary one, but hey. And yeah, there's some thoughts. Oh, nice straight road, look at that. But I'm not going to go mad fast, because otherwise you won't be able to hear me very well. Yay for wind noise. So that's really that. Is what's the worst case scenario you can think of? I mean, some people, myself included, sometimes I'll stand over the front wheel and the handlebars so they can lift both feet up and actually enjoy the bike upright, as they would be if they were riding it. And a lot of people, the smile on their face, oh, that is rewarding to say the least. But for other people, I know you've got your let's say undesirables, who will be happy enough to swing a leg over anything, and others who will be happy enough to steal anything, and so on and so forth. And actually I went for a ride the other day with a friend, and he was saying that apparently the Triumph Speed Triple at one point was the most stolen bike in the UK, and every other bike pulling into there, into the place we were staying at, just was a Speed Triple. And you think, wow. And then someone else would turn up on something like a bobber or something, would tap him on the shoulder and say, are you alright, mate? Did you want a Speed Triple instead? Oh, I've got no idea where I want to be. I want to go that way. Sorry. Yeah. I'm all over the place today. All over the place. Oh, nice rumble. And the weather's not great, so you've probably noticed the new jacket already. And part of that was, I did a trip over to Oxford, which saw me do a day's work over there, which was fun, and I got some nice footage on the way back of the sunset, which I used already for the a sort of mental health related video which I did. And I'd like to do that again, like actually go to Oxford, get some footage, come back, and so on and so forth. It's over an hour away, which isn't, I know, grow up, come on, get on your bike, do an hour's worth of riding. But no, for over here an hour is yeah, everything's a lot closer than an hour away. You could probably find what you want within that sort of distance. And to go all that way, it's 30, 40 odd miles. It's 30 or 40 odd miles that you're putting onto the bike, and you're not doing anything in between. I'm always thinking, can I do something? Can I make something of it? You can go up and down the country lanes, but then you've got to find your way to Oxford, which is a big place, and there's a lot of country lanes, but it gets very confusing. As you saw earlier, because I practically did an entire circle myself. Hooray. But that trip, first thing in the morning, it was raining all day basically until it was time to leave. So I ran out to a local supplier of motorcycle related items, and on the old shelf was the jacket, some boots, and a nice pair of gloves as well. So just grabbed all those, and I've only needed to use them once. So since then I have taken a rather long ride, and about half an hour after I left the house, apparently it started raining quite heavily. Those clouds caught up to me later on, so 2.5 hours later when I'm on my way back home from where I was, the heavens opened, and I was wearing the orange jacket at the time, and I mentioned it a long time ago after I sort of first got it, that jacket is basically mesh. It's designed to allow a lot of air in. It's one of the main reasons I was able to wear a jacket in the US at all, with how hot it was over there. It was because it just allowed a lot of the air straight through, and still had a lot of enough resistance if you was to slide on the bike. Slide on the bike? Slide off the bike, there you go. Wear resistance. Abrasion resistance, that's the one. The word we were looking for was abrasion. And yeah, as soon as started getting wet, I got soaked. And when you sat on the bike for another hour or so soaked on a bike, it's cold, it takes it out of you. It takes it out of you. Do you stop, get yourself a cup of tea or something to warm yourself up, which is going to add more time, or do you try and man it up and just get home as fast as possible? Lovely bit of scenery this, isn't it? Well, I know the camera's slightly lower than my eye line, so I'm hoping you can see over the hedges here, but it is a lovely little area, this. Some nice bends. The roads aren't too bumpy as well, which is always nice. And there we are. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. That corner's actually a fair bit tight, actually. And if you need reminding on the subject, what is something that your friend has done, or what is I forgot the subject of my own video, and what is your friends and families and neighbours' reaction to your bike? Do they like it? Do they love it? Do they hate it? Do you let them sit on it? Are you normally a friendly person when it comes to that kind of stuff? Slap it down there below. Let me know. I always love reading the comments. And until next time, well, ta for now.